Hi guys, thanks for stopping by. I am the Unfrumpy Mommy, and today I wanted to come to you to share just a quick tour of my son's homeschool classroom. So my son is 12 years old, and once we start our classes back, he will be in the 7th grade. So for his classroom this year, he wanted something a little bit more mature. So mature, in fact, that he did not want it to be called a classroom. He wanted it rather to be called his office. Something much similar to what my husband has for his office downstairs. So when you enter the space, you won't see blocks or crayons. It's not real kiddie at all. You do, however, get the feel that it is an educational space, however, a very mature space. So let's go inside and have a good look around. Okay guys, now that you have seen just a general overall view of the room, I will go through and kind of break down a few of the little key components that we use on a daily basis here in this space. So instead of using bookshelves, a lot of bookshelves and things like that, we decided to go with just really good furniture, solid furniture for storage. So we'll start right here with this nice tall chest of drawers. It really offers us a lot of storage. As you can see here, it has a lot of drawers on it. A lot of the drawers aren't even being used. These top few, I think, are completely empty. It still has the foam and packaging that came when we purchased these. So this one right here, I think it has a few of his little game or dart pieces that go with this little dartboard. He loves this little dartboard here. He wanted this. We saw this in Z Gallery, and he had to have it for his office. It is a great stress reliever. Also on top, the little checkers and chess set. He loves playing this with my husband. So this is great to have in here when we're having little breaks in between classes. So again, loving the little chest of drawers, or really it's not really little, but we love this to use for storage rather than having a bunch of bookshelves in the space. So we will move over here to his little lounger. This is where he sits when, again, having a break in between classes or subjects. He sits here and also does some of his leisure reading. I often sit here, or my husband will sit here when my son is at his desk and we are waiting for him to complete assignments. So it's very comfortable. Love that. Let's go up here. This is the artwork, some of the artwork for the room. My husband actually created this. This he created using just some gaming stickers and frames that we purchased at IKEA. There's the other one there, the red and orange, and then the blue and black. So, and those weren't originally designed for a frame, but we kind of just got creative and put that together for him. About the accessories a little bit. For the accessories, we wanted them to be fun, but we also wanted them to have a purpose. And as a 12-year-old, he's really into gaming and all the little apps and things like that on his phone. So we thought these pieces here were very fitting, and we also found these at IKEA. He likes to sit in here and play one of his gaming systems, also during a break or something like that. And inside this particular drawer, again, using the drawers for storage rather than bookshelves, there are some of his games. He stores those in there. So that's that particular dresser. Again, really functional but sturdy, and I think it's really attractive in the room. So yes, I really like the way the accessories look in his room. They're fun, but they still speak to him wanting to have a mature space. But also, if you visit a lot of the more progressive offices now, companies, you'll see things like this in there. So we're really enjoying these. There are a few more over here. These I picked up, I believe, at either Home Goods or Hobby Lobby. That camera and that little dinosaur right there. At one point he was heavily into dinosaurs. So we just love that piece. He has a little lamp there on top. I think we purchased that lamp from Home Goods. But I really, really love this little piece here that houses the printer. We purchased this from IKEA. I believe my husband had to put this together. But what I really, really am impressed with is the fact that I really like that you can pull this particular shelf out and kind of bring the printer, and that's his pencil sharpener right there, towards you. So I thought that was a really neat feature. And when you're not using it, it just tucks back inside there. Over to this side of the room, we see my son's chair. He loves his chair. My husband has one very similar to it in his office. So my son just had to have one. Again, very mature looking chair. Let's see, on the desk, it has quite a few cubbies here. And so this first cubby houses some of his leisure books, as well as some of his assigned reading. These little boxes right here also hold more of his little reading books. We love these. These came from, let's see if I can pull one out. So these came from IKEA as well. There are more books in there. At one point he was really enjoying the 39 Clues books. What's in there? Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Yeah, all those. I guess we can go ahead and get rid of these. He's read them multiple times, so they're just in here. We need to clean some of this out. But yeah, love these little storage boxes. Love those little storage boxes from IKEA. Right here we have his math and language arts books. There's a science book there. I may have mentioned this in another video, that we get most of his core books from Amazon, and we really don't pay a whole lot for them. They are gently used books. As you can tell by the little ends of the book there, they are gently used, but they get the job done. And when they are available, I always try to get the teacher's edition. This is a really great resource to have right here. What your sixth grader needs to know. This is the one we used for last year. He's going to 7th grade now, so we need to get the new one. But this is a really great resource. We do not, my husband and I, subscribe to anyone's homeschooling curriculum or program. We kind of do our own thing. We have about 5 degrees between us. My husband's an engineer. I am a former teacher. So we really don't feel the need to purchase a program. We really pretty much do everything ourselves. But it's great to have just a guide occasionally to make sure you haven't missed anything. So this is a great little resource to kind of make sure you kind of covered everything that you wanted to cover. On the bookshelf here we have more accessories. You have a snake here that looks like a tooth. Let's see. This is like a magnifying glass with the dinosaur's claw or tooth on it, and then this big guy right here. He loves these pieces, and I believe we purchased all of these from museums in either New York or Chicago. So again, fun pieces, but I think it speaks, they speak to the maturity level he was really trying to go for in his, I almost said classroom, excuse me, office. Right now we are on the other side of the bookshelf. It's a pretty deep bookshelf, so we were able to put things on both sides as far as books go. So back here is where he has a lot of his science books. A lot of these we picked up from local bookstores. This one right here in particular, we ordered that one from Amazon. But a lot of the other ones we kind of purchased from local bookstores. This one right here in particular, he and my husband get a kick out of using the Micro Monsters. Let me just open it up and show you guys some of the gory stuff in here. He loves, my husband's very creative. Not sure if you guys know, but he does math and science with my son. So he loves to go and, you know, incorporate a lot of fun things in his lessons. So they love bringing this book out and looking at, you know, strange bugs, insects. Yeah, there's one I saw in here that was just like, what is that? Really? An underwater bug. That makes me never want to ever get in the water again. This is a sand flea. A biting midge. No, thank you. So, yeah, that's just one of his many little science books here. These are his computer books that he takes with him to his programming class. So that's what we house on that particular shelf. So down here, I house all of his workbooks, and some of the workbooks are a few years old, but I love keeping them around to use as supplementals to strengthen a lesson. I love those. So I usually keep them from about 1 or 2 years back. So as you can see, these are 5th and 6th grade workbooks. So I just kind of keep those, and every now and then, if he forgets a skill or something like that, I kind of just reach back and pull from those books, those workbooks. And here's a little caddy that we also purchased from IKEA. There's my little easy grader. Yep, he gets his work graded. I love that. I used to use it all the time when I was teaching. His little protractor there, some staplers, pencils, tape, you know, things like that. So that's what we house on that shelf. Right next to it, another little box for storage. There's one final one here. All right, and that one I just left empty because I like the way it looked. Let's take a look inside his closet. In his office is a nice sized closet, and we use that to store some of his science lab equipment. There's his microscope there. He has some other little games that he and my husband do for their science lessons. And every now and then we like to unplug, and we love to do Scrabble and Monopoly. Those are also great games to kind of incorporate into some of your lessons, to definitely language arts and math, of course. All right, and that's pretty much all that's up there. All right, down here is my husband and I's chair. Who's ever teaching, you know, that's who uses this particular chair. We love it because it just rolls out of the closet, and it rolls right back in when we're not using it. It doesn't clutter up his room. It doesn't clutter up his office space. And when we're finished, we just place it right back in there. Over here is his computer bag and backpack. He takes those with him when he goes to his computer class. And right next to the chair is this blue container here. And in this container, we have his notebooks, extra paper, When he completes assignments, he has a notebook for each subject, and we place his work right here in these different notebooks, and they have just some of his work that he has completed. We like to keep as much of the work as we can. This is his notebook from 6th grade last year. This was his social studies notebook, and we like to make little cute fun covers to kind of place on there. We're all nerdy around here. And this little black thing here, that's our easel. That's what we use in lieu of a chalkboard. So we had the dry erase board once before, but it just creates a mess. So we got rid of that. So we're using this easel, and then that's the little notepad that goes on top. So when we need, to do a lesson and we want it to be really visual, we pull that out and we place it in his room up in the front. Over here we have 2 bean bags. He loves to sit on these bean bags and kind of lounge in between lessons, or if he and my husband are in here playing video games. These are great. They are so soft and comfortable. I kind of hang out on these myself sometimes. We purchased these from Overstock. They're just great, and we got a good price on them too. So I kind of stack them up like that so that they're not, taking up too much space. And finally, guys, we have our clock. It wouldn't be an office space if we didn't have a clock, and I just really love the kind of officey look this particular clock has. I feel like I'm like sitting in the doctor's waiting room or something like that. So I think that is everything. I'll kind of just like go back around the room real quick and let you see everything, but that's pretty much it. It's not a huge office, but I think that it is just the right size for one student, and it absolutely gets the job done and serves us well. Really quick before I go, someone left a question. They wanted to know how we socialize our son. He's homeschooled, he's an only child. How do we get him around other kids? So what we have done, we have a computer class that he goes to. The way we were able to find this particular computer class is through one of the local universities here, Georgia Tech. His computer teacher is actually a professor at Georgia Tech, but he kind of, does this little homeschooling group on the side to kind of supplement his income, and that is wonderful. He's learning JavaScript and a host of other computer programs. So check your colleges, your local universities. YMCA. We are members of our local YMCA, and it has really helped. After school programs there, if you're members, you can kind of join in. They teach yoga, a little kickboxing, swimming, dance. So the YMCA is a wonderful resource, and the membership is really nothing. Every month, and then as the parents, you get to work out and do things there too. So we love the YMCA. What else have we done? Let me think. We've actually also tried there are a few homeschool groups here in Atlanta, but honestly those have been kind of hit or miss. The ones that we have found to be not so great have ranged from the kids showing up late to the kids showing up wearing pajamas, and then having underqualified and qualified at all instructors. So we pretty much like to do the educational portions of his homeschooling ourselves. The extracurricular stuff, we will kind of, branch out and join some other groups. Like I said, my husband and I have about 5 degrees between us. He is an engineer, myself a former teacher. So we really don't seek out help for the educational part, but this socialization, him being an only child, we do have to, go outside of the home for stuff like that. So I really hope this helped. Like I said, my son, 12 years old, he's never been to school outside of that one time, and I'll leave the link for the video that I talked about that it's a stay-at-home homeschooling mom video. I talked about how we tried regular school out for just 1 week. His teacher didn't work. myself being a former educator, I have really high standards for my son's potential teacher, and she just did not work out at all. Just a very terrible disappointment. So, but anyway, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment and I will be sure to get back to you. That's it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And so, until next time, ladies, don't be a frumpy mommy. Bye, ladies.